Hey everybody, Film Fan 108 here, and welcome to the movie pickups for March of 2025. I appreciate you all coming and watching, and hopefully the pickups impress. Hopefully you watched the last pickup video for February, some really fantastic, amazing boutique label pickups that I got, and this time around is no different. Oh, pretty goddamn solid, dare I say. So let's dive in with the first title that I picked up for the month, and well, a little sexploitation never hurt nobody. Oh yes, with Assault of the Party Nerds, and oh yeah, Assault of the Party Nerds 2. Yes, the great Slippy Love here that's showcasing art from the first movie and from the second movie. A nice little double feature, late night classics from good old Culture Shock Releasing. Distributed through TerrorVision, released by Culture Shock, and it's been a hot minute since Culture Shock has even put any titles out whatsoever. And I think a lot of people just either gave up hope or was like, fuck it, they're just done. Nowhere to be seen, vanished for good, right? But I know there was a lot of personal issues with the person that was running Culture Shock, and they were a Vinegar Syndrome sub-label, and then they left, and then there was a lot of difficulties that happened. So now they're partnering up with TerrorVision, and this is the first of hopefully many new releases to come. But I kind of knew that they were going to release this title months and months and months ago. There was a hint about that they had Assault of the Party Nerds, and maybe eventually, if they ever start releasing shit again, that they'd actually put this out. And so I knew whenever this got released, if ever, it was going to be an instant pre-order, an instant buy, and well, yeah, I decided to make good on that. Yes, indeed, man. And this is one of those sex comedies, right? And they've made so many of those. You think back to the 80s and you think to the 90s and you think of movies like Private School or Porky's or American Pie, and you could go on and on and on, man. Revenge of the Nerds, you name it. And I always gravitated towards these type of movies, man. And you gotta understand why for a hot minute, because I was the nerdy kid. I was the outsider. I wasn't part of the cool crowd or the jocks or the popular kids out there. I was part of the losers, all right? I was pimply faced. I was wearing nerdy glasses and geeky clothes, and yeah, no girl wanted to touch me with a 10-foot pole. All right? And that's just the honest to God truth. And, I look back on it now thinking to myself, all the people that I hanged out with in school, those to me were the cool kids, right? The outsiders, the people that didn't belong. They ended up being the cool people at the end of the day. But when you're actually in school, when you're in that environment, man, you don't really think about it at that moment in time, man. You seriously don't. And I gravitated towards movies like this because I thought it was cool to see guys like me get the hot chicks and sort of defeat the stupid tough jocks. And there was always sort of a fantasy element to it that I really appreciated. Like, oh man, I wish that I could be one of those guys, man. And there was always something great about seeing the less than popular dude or the nerdy guy win out in the day, man. And that really sort of, in some weird way, gave me hope that I was like, hey, I'll get one of those hot chicks like Linnea Quigley. Didn't quite work out that way, but dreams don't always come true. But that being said, I definitely gravitated towards movies like this, and these were ones that I loved watching. I loved watching the comedic element, the goofy characters. I related to a lot of that stuff, and seeing the hot chicks bear it all certainly wasn't something I could ignore either. So it's something that I definitely dug quite a bit, man. And movies like this, you got to remember, man, late night cinema. You just don't get that nowadays. Now with streaming, late night cable kind of feels like a thing of the past, man. You think of the old school stuff, whether we're talking about USA Up All Night or late night Cinemax, or you think of, you know, the shows that Elvira was doing, or Monster Vision with Joe Bob Briggs, and they would always do these weird sex comedy movies, and I always kind of gravitated towards them, man. And I just thought, this is some really weird, bizarre shit that I just had a lot of fun with, man. And Assault of the Party Nerds is one of those movies that got heavy rotation through places like USA Up All Night, and definitely got a certain amount of cult status because of it. And it didn't hurt that you had some really great exploitation actresses like a Linnea Quigley or a Michelle Bauer in here, which definitely gave it a certain status quo to the movie. And rewatching these, they're just really fun, man. Basically, the first movie is about this college fraternity where these guys are absolute just down on the dumps losers. They can't get anybody to sign up for their frat, and they're about to be just cut off from even a fraternity. They just don't have any new members. And they decide, you know what we need to do? We need to have the best fucking party of all time, a fucking rager, because then we can get people to actually come into the frat and save the fraternity. And all the while you have the jock fraternity, who basically is like the big dumb oafs who want to stop it and destroy them for good, man. And so the push and pull of that, and all of the comedic sexual hijinks that you have from there, man. It's fun. It's quirky. It's ridiculous. It's over the top. But I have a lot of fun with it, man. And you could tell they're just having a ball making this movie, man. It's on the cheap, but there's a certain amount of charm to it that I can't really deny, man. And the movie was popular. And the movie was popular enough that they made Assault of the Party Nerds 2. And this one basically takes the same main lead from the first Assault of the Party Nerds, and now he's a PI, a private dick, in more ways than one. And at the same time, he has to help out the fraternity that he was once a part of, and how one of the jocks that he was an enemy with the last time is now trying to go up against him this time, and sort of the push and pull of that as well. It's a pretty solid movie. Not as good as Assault of the Party Nerds. I kind of feel like it's a lesser sequel. The good intentions are there. I feel like they're trying to do their best, but I don't know, the comedy isn't as good. The characters are still decent. Of course, you still have all of the nudity and the sexual hijinks, all that jazz. And of course, having Michelle Bauer and Linnea Quigley back is never a bad thing. But as terms of sequels, it is a lesser than, man. But that being said, it's still a hell of a lot of fun. And there is a lot of charm here as well to be had. So I do like both of these movies, man. And you just can't make these type of movies nowadays. And I don't want to sound like a boomer. Or, oh, the old guy waxing nostalgic about the old days, man. But to me, living in the PC culture that we are living in, and the changing of the times, there is just certain things that you did, whether it was 20, 30 years ago, that you just can't pull off these days, man. It's just not accepted anymore. And movies like Assault of the Party Nerds or Animal House, PCU, even something that's not as cult status as even like Dead Man on Campus. There are things in those movies that I look back on and I'm like, man, that is fucking hilarious. And that is raunchy and all kinds of exploitative, and yet, oh man, if somebody were to do that in a movie now, dude, they'd be fucked. Like, there's no way, man. There's just no fucking way. And that's why I love these old school movies as much as I do, because they are of just a bygone era that is just never gonna exist anymore, man. And I just don't want those movies to be forgotten. I want to remember those movies. I want to have them in the collection for me to enjoy anytime I want, because I'll be honest with you, a lot of comedies, well, I just don't really like as much as I used to back in the day. Maybe I just don't get the comedy now. Maybe my tastes are just so stuck in the like 80s and 90s that I just can't adjust. Who knows, man? But I look at movies like this and I just think to myself, like, man, old school late night classic cable TV, man, you just can't beat it, man. And sometimes you do get a reminder that there is still ones that can be done well. Like you look at Blockers, for instance, and say, okay, there's a way to do it and still be funny and still make it worth it. But it is few and far between, man. It really honestly is. And man, I grew up in one hell of an era, in one hell of a time where you got to see hot babes bearing it all and the geeky losers winning the day and getting to sleep with them. Man, I just didn't know how good I had it. I really didn't, man. Woo, man, boy. God, I love these movies. Cheesy as they may be, damn, I miss them, man. I really do. So this was a blast from the past to watch these, and I loved every second of it. And you get some great features on this disc. I mean, basically, you get obviously the disc for Assault of the Party Nerds and the disc for Assault of the Party Nerds 2, and you also get the soundtrack as well, because the director Richard Gabai, who starred in both part 1 and part 2, he also had a band, and they did the soundtrack for both of the movies. And man, some great just tracks, dude. Some musical tracks where I'm like, oh, my God, dude. I forgot how good the music was in this. It's just so great, man. Some like pop punk style music in here, which was so fucking phenomenal. But you also end up getting commentary for both of them, old vintage interviews with the stars like Michelle Bauer and Richard Gabai, Linnea Quigley, stuff like that. You also get production still galleries, trailers. You get an introduction by USA Up All Night's Rhonda Shear, and much, much more, man. And actually, it's kind of cool because Rhonda Shear from USA Up All Night is in the second movie. It's a small role, but she's in there. And also, Burt Ward is in the second movie. Yeah, like the old school Adam West Robin. Yeah, Burt Ward's in this motherfucker. Dude, it's so weird, man. Oh, dude, back in the day, man, these old school actors, man, they couldn't get much work, so they went the sex comedy exploitation route, and I'm so thankful for it, man. I really am. It's fun movies. To me, it's harmless fun, And it's just old school style nostalgia that I reminisce about back in the day, because you just don't get it now in the digital streaming age. You just don't get it at all. The picture quality was decent, the audio quality is decent. It's not banger releases by any stretch of the imagination. It's not 4K or 4K upgrades necessarily, but it's a good cleaned up picture, good quality, and it's movies that, man, I just missed so goddamn much. And you don't realize that you miss them until you rewatch them, 20 some odd years later, and you're like, oh my God, we just don't get these type of movies anymore. And even if we do, they're kind of watered down. And these were just so fun for the time. I miss that era so much, and I can relive it through nerdy guys getting to have all kinds of antics and sleeping with hot chicks. And trust me, I'll take that every day of the week. And the next title that I picked up is a 4K upgrade that's worthy for the collection. Oh yeah, Scream Factory does it again for a title that absolutely deserves it. Night of the Creeps. Yeah, it's a collector's edition 4K, because if you scream, you're dead. Oh, yes. With the exclusive slip cover. Very, very nice. And the classic artwork on the inside. You definitely gotta love it. Man. They say college is a worthwhile experience, but this is ridiculous. You damn sure it is, man. Oh, Night of the Creeps. I love Night of the Creeps, man. What a great, great movie. And it's one of these movies that is the true definition of a cult classic. A movie that didn't do great at the box office, a movie that didn't get the traction or the audience that it so richly deserved, and through home video and cable, slowly but surely people found the movie, people embraced the movie, and suddenly there was this outpouring of love and support that this movie really got, and how it really gained more traction and more respect year after year after year, and now to this day it is considered a beloved movie for many people, and myself easily included, man. And I love the story of these two college buddies trying to get into this fraternity desperately. And one of the guys really likes this girl at this sorority. She happens to be dating the lead jerk-off from the fraternity, the same one that these guys want to get into. And these frat bros are like, hey, we'll let you in, but you got to do this really dangerous secret prank. And if you do, we'll totally let you in. And it's all fun and games until you accidentally unleash alien slugs that are taking over people's body and trying to infect others. College pranks gone horribly, horribly wrong. And all the crazy complications and one-liners to be had, man. Oh, it's so good. There's so much charm and charisma within this movie. I love the characters. You get to sympathize with them and understand them, and it's humorous, and it's fun, and it's entertaining, and you get some really great dialogue, and it's just such a crowd-pleasing movie. I mean, come on, thrill me, Miller time, real good plan, and, well, good news is your dates are here. Bad news? They're dead. Ooh. I hate when that happens. I really do, man. And for me, in all honesty, this is a quintessential 80s horror comedy. And the fingerprints that this movie is still touching to various filmmakers and various movies is easily recognizable. Look at Slither, the James Gunn movie. it has Night of the Creeps written all over it. And that's just one example. There's so many more that are like that, man. And it seems like a lot of filmmakers and artists who grew up with those movies in the 80s and 90s, they've taken the style of Fred Dekker and has really made it their own in very different and unique ways. And Fred Dekker, look, he's only ever made 3 films in his career. Only 3. Guys, he made Night of the Creeps, Monster Squad, and RoboCop 3. And look, I'll be very truthful with you. RoboCop 3, no bueno, baby. No good, okay? It's not that great, alright? It's kind of craptacular, alright? So really, it is only Night of the Creeps and Monster Squad. And even though those movies failed at the box office, and even though they didn't really find the proper audience that they should have back then, I feel like those movies have really been embraced, and they have that nostalgic quality and that enduring storytelling sense that people keep coming back to over and over again. Filmmakers that have made, 10 plus movies, sometimes some of those people don't have one single movie that is a classic, one single movie that anybody could really care about many years later. Fred Dekker makes 3, and 2 of them are iconic, still are lasting to this day. That's how good Fred Dekker was as a director and a filmmaker, and it's how good movies like Night of the Creeps still are to this day, man. Absolutely rock fucking solid. And the cast, man, so great. Jill Whitlow, Jason Lively, Tom Atkins. I've met all these people at conventions, and they are the genuine article. They're really nice, welcoming individuals, great personalities, and it really shines on the screen. They're all so good, man. Everybody in the cast was really fan-fucking-tastic. I have no bad thing to say about any of them as far as acting-wise. Obviously, the standout being Tom Atkins, because he just has the great dialogue and just the swagger and charisma that he has. And this is a role that he just embodied perfectly, and everybody else was just like riding his coattails, but doing it the best way, man. Truly, truly a phenomenal performance. And I kind of feel like this movie just hit on all the right cylinders in all the right ways, man. And as far as getting the 4K is concerned, because this movie for a long time was in absolute physical media hell. We couldn't get any good editions. It was just languishing in obscurity for such a long time. And then, if you remember, back in 2009, they put out the special edition DVD and Blu-ray, and man, that sold like hotcakes, dude. I think it was Sony or some other company that did it, and man, the embrace was just huge. People loved it. And then, after that was such a big hit, and people just devoured that like a mofo, then Scream Factory came in, and they ended up doing the Blu-ray, which I have right here. And I've had this for quite a while, man. This great collector's edition Blu-ray. Oh, that I was so happy to have, man. I remember buying this, and I was like, dude, I have a great edition of Night of the Creeps. I was jonesing, man, big time. And I was a little not sure whether I really was going to pick this up. I was not too sure. And I was kind of waffling back and forth, but with the exclusive slipcover, which was really cool, and they also had something else that came with this. If you ordered direct from Shout Scream, it came with this cool little action figure. Yeah, this one right here. The Ray Cameron Dream Sequence action figure, which is kind of cool, man. Yeah. Something you don't usually find every day. Not really, man. And I never really do action figures. I'm not an action figure guy. It's not that I hate them, because I really don't, but I'm kind of indifferent to it. So when the only way to get the exclusive slipcover was to also pre-order this as well, I was like, really, man? I don't really need this. Why would I even be pre-ordering this damn thing? But I'm not gonna lie, now actually having it in my hands and in person here, it is pretty fucking cool. All right, it is cool. And so I probably am going to keep this goddamn thing, man. It's just a nice little thing I could put on top of the shelving and just kind of nice little show off piece, not half bad. And it's Tom Atkins, man, dressed to impress in action figure form. How fucking cool is that? Come on, it is cool, man. I know they've done other editions of the action figure stuff for Ray Cameron, but this is my first, so, sue me, all right? But I thought it was well worth it, and you get all of the same special features that was on the previous Scream Factory Blu-ray release. There is a new one, and it is about Fred Decker. It's a new breed of terror. It runs about a half hour long, and he talks about his career and retrospective stuff. It's a cool little interview for what it's worth. It's a nice little add-on, man. But you get all the commentaries, the interviews, the documentaries, the featurettes, all of that jazz, man. And it is well worth it, man. And this is the director's cut version. They don't have, I believe, the theatrical cut on here. It is only the director's cut. Yeah, it really only is, man. And I got to admit, at first I was a little not sure about it because I was like, why don't they have the theatrical cut here? But I do like the director's cut better. I like the ending to the director's cut. I like the sequence in general with the spaceship, and so the theatrical cut would be cool to have here, but I'm more of a fan of the director's cut, so it's cool that they just did the director's cut alone, because that's my preferred version now, and that's what I'm going to go for, and I totally dig it, man. So, look, Fred Decker is awesome, and he is a filmmaker that deserves to be celebrated, even though it's really only two films that really are the true spotlights of his career. Those two have lasted the test of time and continue to this day, and it's movies like Night of the Creeps that prove that, dude, the 80s were awesome. And no matter how hard you try with 1,000,001 special effects and visual effects, you just can't beat how good this is. I love the practical effects with the slugs and with the brains opening up and the slugs coming out and the flamethrower and shit. Like, it's all cool, man. You just can't replicate it nowadays. Movies like Night of the Creeps were made at the right time, in the right era, and I'm glad people found it, because you just can't replicate it, dude. You really can't. It's just that damn good, man. So, cherish the classics. Even if they're called classics, because they never truly go out of style. Flamethrowers, slugs, and cheesy sci-fi B-movie vibes. I'm totally here for it, man. And just like my good old badass Tom Atkins loves to say, thrill me. And the next title that I picked up, they say franchises never truly die. I happen to agree with them, especially when it's the fans that are propping it up. Oh, yes. A little bit of Indiegogo exclusive love never hurt nobody in Never Hike Alone 2. Gotta make sure I don't go in the woods, because something tells me, hey, I ain't coming out. That's for damn sure, man. A Friday the 13th fan film. Oh, look at this, man. Yes, A Curse Never Dies. It only waits. Yes, you bet your ass it does, man. And fan films have been around forever, okay? And whether they're released on YouTube or whether they do Kickstarters or Indiegogos, fans are the lifeblood of any franchise. And it doesn't matter whether we're talking about Star Trek or Star Wars or any horror franchise, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, Friday the 13th. Fans are the ones that prop it up and keep it around, right? Keep it profitable and keep the motors moving, all right? And this is no exception. And I love fan films. I mean, you go back to the old days with like Star Wars and those fan films, man. And those were always great curiosities. Those were always fun to watch. And what makes fan films so great is that when a studio is bungling a franchise, or when they're just leaving it in limbo and you don't know what's going to happen with it, and basically it's just dead on arrival, fans are the ones that keep it alive, man. Through their own love of these characters, they end up making their own films that chronicle the continuing adventures of a character or a series that the studios either no longer have any interest in, or because of rights issues, or they can't get a movie up and running, it just becomes stale and lifeless. But again, the fans and their love of this keeps it alive, man. And Jason Voorhees is one of these characters that fans embrace, rightfully so, because he's fucking awesome. And they keep it alive. And these fan films that this crew has done have been some of the best. In fact, it's not the only one I have, obviously. I have the original Never Hike Alone. This was really, really great, man. I loved this movie, and especially the cameo towards the end with Tommy Jarvis was really fucking killer. So good. And then, of course, they did the prequel, Never Hike in the Snow, that takes place before Never Hike Alone and introduces certain elements that intrigued the story from what you didn't see in Never Hike Alone. I thought it was very unique, very interesting, and I loved it. So I'm like, okay, they're doing Never Hike Alone 2. I seem to be a fan. So, of course, I'm gonna pick it up, guys. And indeed I did. And basically, this takes the elements from Never Hike Alone and Never Hike in the Snow, puts them together for one grand finale, man. This is damn near an hour and a half long. I am not gonna lie, man. This is almost a feature-length movie. And it feels it. It feels epic. I love how they film Jason and how he's stalking the survivors, and how Tommy Jarvis is finally coming really into the story and battling Jason one last time, man, at Camp Crystal Lake. It's so fucking good, man. The kills are great. The gore, the blood effects are fantastic. I love the makeup and the actor that's playing Jason, and he played it in Never Hike Alone, and he played it in Never Hike in the Snow. The same dude. You get the same actors and people back from the previous entries, and it's all just one big bloody finale, man. And it works oh so well. You could tell these filmmakers, this crew, first of all, they're dedicated to making a damn good movie overall. Okay, they are dedicated. They love this franchise. You could tell, whether it's the callbacks or the certain kills or the way they're filming Jason and how they make him imposing in certain shots. It works oh so well, man. And to have Tom Matthews back as Tommy Jarvis is just chef's kiss, man. So good. Because Tommy Jarvis never got a really great official end to his story, right? You got Friday the 13th, the final chapter. You got part 5 where he's kind of losing his mind. And then he's older played by Tom Matthews in part 6, which I love part 6, man. And he kind of defeats Jason, but not really, because we know Jason really doesn't die. And he just sort of goes off in his story. We never really hear from him again, or they never pick back up with him. We just deal with part 7 and part 8 and 9 and 10. We just keep on going without ever really having any more Tommy Jarvis. And I always wanted to go back to that storyline. I always wanted to go back to, man, what happens with an older, disillusioned Tommy Jarvis, man, that is affected by the experiences that he had with Jason and how he's got this certain PTSD to him, man. And I thought they did it perfectly, and Tom Matthews fit right back into this role like a glove. He was awesome, man, and this is great. I mean, considering the fact that right now, as far as we know, there's really no Friday the 13th movies that are even coming down the pike anytime soon. I know they're doing that Friday the 13th prequel series with Pamela Voorhees and how everything was going down when she was young and Jason was a little kid. Yeah, that's all well and good and something I'm definitely intrigued about, but this is something that I just really love. The fact that we're continuing the journey and the bloody destruction of Jason Voorhees, and the fact that this crew is making a meal out of it and really giving you this great epic horror blockbuster that has all the bells and whistles to it, and they really serve the fans and the genre in the best way possible, man. Look, I ended up contributing to the Indiegogo. I wanted to. I contributed to the last couple of them, and I definitely wanted to do it here as well. And after seeing the finished product, I know my money went to a good cause, man. I know that my hard-earned money went to a great fucking product, because it's that fucking good, man. It is absolutely solid. There's even a little thing inside here that says, Jason will never die because of fans like you. Signed by the director. That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. And he's right. That fans like myself and fans like you out there, we keep these franchises alive. And sometimes I feel that studios don't appreciate us nearly as much as they should. Yes, they put the products out. Yes, they want you to go see it, but do they really ultimately appreciate it? And when you have filmmakers like this that is going out of their way to say, hey, give us your money, trust us, we're going to make a really great fan film, we're going to really make a great Jason movie that you can be proud of, and they actually deliver, that's amazing to me. That's awesome. And so I am such a huge fan of these 3 movies, and they are absolutely rock fucking solid, dude. These 3 make a great series of Jason Voorhees bloody vengeance goodness, and I couldn't ask for anything better, man. I am a hardcore Friday the 13th fan. I love Jason Voorhees. He's in my horror Mount Rushmore, and there is so much that you could still do with the Jason character, and I feel like they're just not doing a goddamn fucking thing with it. And it's good to see somebody actually doing something worthwhile with this, because let's keep Jason alive. Let's keep these horror characters alive. If you could do something really cool and unique and interesting and a great throwback, why not do it, man? If you can do it well and you can actually pull it off and actually make something that rivals studio feature films, fuck it, man. Go ahead and do it. I'm all on board with it. I truly am, man. It's that good. You get audio commentary here. You get a bunch of featurettes, interviews. I mean, it's not just the movie itself. They put a lot of time and effort into actually the special features and the behind the scenes stuff too, man. So, look, this franchise is never going to die if you have hardcore fans like this that are really appreciating the material and making great content for us, man. I wish the studios would actually get on the same page, but that's easier said than done. But it's the fans that are keeping it alive, man. And as long as they're making great efforts like Never Hike Alone, I am entirely on board, man. Fan films are awesome. Fans are great. And it's the love that truly connects us all together. And even Jason Voorhees slashing and hacking his way through multiple dead bodies, it always warms my cold, dead heart. And the next title that I picked up, well, you thought the fight for survival against Jason was tough? Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet in The Hunt. Yes, the 4K Blu-ray. Only designated people may be hunted at the manor. Oh, yes. More Scream Factory goodness. You gotta dig it. Oh, I definitely do, man. I was so happy that they released this, man. I was fucking ecstatic because I really liked The Hunt. I seriously was a big fan of it. John and I reviewed it on the channel, and this movie always sort of sticks out to me, and it will always be remembered as the last movie that I saw before all of the COVID shutdowns happened, because I remember specifically, man, that you were hearing about COVID, you were hearing about the rapid spreading of it and how places were closing, and me and the guys were like, well, you know, we're just gonna ride this out. Obviously, we're gonna continue to go to the movies, and we saw The Hunt, enjoyed the hell out of it, and that was the last movie before movie theaters completely shut down and everything just went dark. And I remember that. I was like, God damn, dude. Like, I didn't think The Hunt was going to be the last thing I was going to see before, like, everything just went tits up. But fuck it, dude. This movie will always be remembered just for that alone, man. But I like the survival aspect to it. Survival of the fittest, kill or be killed. And there's movies that I love that are great and different styles, because you can have a Japanese, like, horror action flick like Battle Royale, and then you could have something like The Hunger Games, which is more young adult themed, but they're all dealing with the same style of subject matter. Ordinary people hunting ordinary people, man. And just the idea of the great kills and the action and the spectacle that you could really get out of that, man. And if you do it well, it will work. Usually. And I think The Hunt is a prime example of it working really goddamn well, man. I like the idea of these people who are at this site, they don't know where it is or what's going on, and they're being hunted by someone or multiple people, and for what reason, why, what's going on, and all of the bloody goodness that goes along with it, man. And I like that, yes, it's a dark movie, and yes, the mistrust and the deception and the murder, it's all really well done. But I like the humor of it as well, especially the political satire of taking one side and attacking the other side for their political views, and how you could mine that for some really great humorous opportunities, man. And yes, was this movie controversial? Oh, yeah. You know, one side says it's glorifying the violence. One other side is saying that, you know, the political bend to it is outrageous and it doesn't represent one group over the other, and it's mocking this and that. And it's like, people, calm the fuck down. Cool it. Will you? It's a movie, man. And I absolutely went in just wanting a great horror survival tale, and I got it with some really quirky, unique characters, some fascinating situations, and some really awesome kills, and a badass chick in Betty Gilpin. She was awesome in this movie, dude. I loved her as this really just no nonsense chick that whatever the fuck is going on, whoever the fuck is attacking them, man, I'm over this shit. And man, I'm coming after all you motherfuckers. Like, I loved her badass quality. She's so good here. And so is Hilary Swank, man. Hilary Swank is having a ball with this role of just being this manipulating, evil chick and all of the deliciousness that she has just killing people, man. So good, man. It's really great, and it was just fun and incredibly entertaining, and I loved every second of it, man. And I definitely wanted the 4K because I did have the Blu-ray when the new release came out, when it originally ended up coming out on physical media. I got it, but I'm like, there wasn't much special features. It felt very light, and I'm like, dude, man, for a movie like this, they just couldn't get more features. And here we get so much more, man. We get interviews with the co-writer and composer, various actors. We get new audio commentary with the director himself and other participants. And the 4K picture is really fantastic. It's a great, great addition, man. It really is the ultimate edition of The Hunt. If you like survival movies, if you like survival of the fittest and humans attacking humans, and it feels kind of actually more appropriate now than even when it came out, man. Like, damn, like 5 fucking years ago. Holy shit, dude. Man, it's been that long. That's wild. Yeah, over 5 years ago it came out, and it's even more relevant, and that's just sort of crazy to think about, man. We live in a world that's very divided and all over the place, and people are more vindictive than ever before, but do it in the movies, not in real life, man. Let's have fun seeing people chopping up other individuals on the big screen and not in real life. I don't mind deviousness when it's done on the big screen, but let's keep it there. But hey, let's put it this way. I keep my political opinions usually to myself because I don't want to end up like this. Something tells me I'd fight pretty hard, but I ain't surviving worth shit. And last, but certainly not least, in the immortal words of Sam Jackson, I'm sick of these motherfucking sharks in this motherfucking water. Okay, he didn't say that, but I know he was thinking it. In Deep Blue Sea. Oh, yes. Bigger, smarter, faster, meaner, and heck of a lot more deadlier. Oh, that is for damn sure, man. Ooh, from Arrow Video. Look at this. The 4K love. Taking the slip off. Ooh, very, very nice. Opening it up, we got a really great booklet with all kinds of articles and pictures, drawings, you name it, man. All the good stuff that Arrow knows and does really well. Of course, we got a little bit of poster action and, yes, the good old 4K itself with the nice original artwork. Open wide because your dinner. Oh, that's for damn sure, man. Art cards inside, all that jazz. Good stuff, man. One hell of a package deal, but you kind of know how Arrow does it, man. And they do it so damn well. And let's be honest. When we're talking about shark movies, there is one that is among the best of them all. That's Jaws, okay? There's never going to be a shark movie that's going to beat Jaws. That's just the absolute 100% fact. There's really no denying it, okay? However, there is some really great ones in between that are either ripoffs or ones that sort of take the killer shark premise and do it in a unique way that is doing its own thing and yet trying to ape off of Jaws at the same time, man. You think of movies recently like The Shallows or Open Water. Deep Blue Sea is among them, even though it's a little bit more of a ridiculous premise. The idea of these scientists that are experimenting on these sharks and making them smarter in order to eradicate certain medical diseases. Sounds good, right? Well, yeah. Making them smarter, not so much. And because they're smarter, well, they will then outsmart and attack you, and therefore trying to survive is a real bitch. Yeah, it definitely is, man. And all of the bloody complications that go along with it, man. And I remember seeing this in the movie theater. Man, dude, that's a blast from the past. And it was really fun. I walked away really enjoying this movie, and I had a blast with it. And now revisiting it so many years later, I still have as much fun with it now than I did back in the day. And yes, it is cheesy. It's ridiculous. Over the top. Yes, some of the CGI is kind of cringy with the sharks. Fair enough. Okay? Especially in 4K. But there's a certain charm to the movie that I really like that a lot of these newer shark movies just don't have, man. I think the personalities and the actors really shine here for what it's worth. I really like Samuel Jackson in here, man. Just this no nonsense business guy that's coming in here and just trapped in this situation. And if you know what makes this movie iconic with him. And it's so good, man. I still love that to this day. Thomas Jane is really great here as well. Saffron Burrows was really great for the time in this movie. Dude, I think Stellan Skarsgård here as well. He was really, really great. Certain thing he has. Man, they fucked you over big time. Wow, they did, dude. Woo! Man, oh man. I think the kills are brutal. I think the sharks are clever. I think the humor is actually really entertaining, especially from LL Cool J. And LL Cool J is having a ball with this movie, man. And he really is the comic relief. And it kind of feels like he goes off on his own adventure within the movie, and how he's in the kitchen and how he's evading the sharks and shit. It's good, man. And it brings a little levity to the movie, and I really enjoy it. And this is just a fun, bloody, entertaining blockbuster, man. That is what it is, and that is always what it is meant to be. It's not meant to be this sort of deep thinking, dark shark movie, man. It's not fucking Jaws. Dude, okay? It's never gonna be Jaws. But it can still have an entertaining lane and still be, honestly, if I was gonna say, it's gotta be in the top 10 of best shark movies of all time. Maybe top 5. Maybe. Easily top 10. And I just really like this movie, man. It's just fun. And I have a ball watching it. And that's all I really want, man. From a movie like this, is just to be thoroughly entertained. And I was. No doubt about it, man. It's just that damn good. And the special features are very plentiful, man. They definitely give this the collector's edition, special edition treatment. I mean, you get a brand new audio commentary with the screenwriter. You get another new audio commentary with a filmmaker and critic, Rebecca McKendry, and she's really fun talking about this movie, man. That's a worthwhile commentary. You also get the archival commentary with the director Renny Harlin and Samuel Jackson. You get new interviews with the production designer. And by the way, that interview with the production designer is fantastic. The idea that he came in last minute, that they fired the old production designer because he just wasn't getting shit done. This guy's got to come in and sort of fix all the shit that's gone on. And how it was absolute clusterfuck. I love old, great filmmakers and artists and crew that have worked on these movies coming in and talking about what a mess it was to make this movie and how it actually somehow actually turned into a successful movie at the end of the day. Like, out of all the difficulties, it actually ended up being watchable. Like, there's something fascinating about people talking about a train wreck, and the train wreck actually turns into a decent movie. There's something fascinating about that. I just love that shit, man. It's really great. You also get a new visual essay. I'm gonna be honest. That visual essay is, ooh, that's all kinds of a clusterfuck, man. And that's all kinds of a crazy mess. Watch it at your own leisure, but it really doesn't make a lick of sense, man. This critic goes into some really crazy wow theories and territories that have nothing to do with the movie whatsoever. And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, man, did Arrow even watch this? Because wow, this goes really way out there, man. If there's any special feature to sort of maybe skip that one, man. It's kind of maybe a fascinating one-time watch, but that's about it, man. But I mean, you do get the old school making of, deleted scenes, optional commentaries for that, trailers, you name it, all that good stuff, man. I mean, they did pack this to the brim, man. This is a collector's edition release, big box with, of course, great art. And it's just great to see the 90s getting appreciation. I said it before in the previous video. How crazy is it that we're getting amazing editions of these 90s films? Finally. It just blows my mind. The fact that like Demolition Man and this movie and so many others are finally getting the great physical media appreciation, man. It feels like we went through all of the 80s catalog, or most of it at least, and now we're like, yeah, let's get to the 90s shit, man. And I'm totally for it. I am a 90s child, man. I love the 90s. And it's great to finally see it getting its just desserts, man, because it totally deserves it, man. And it was just fascinating to hear all the behind the scenes stuff, and especially realizing the fact that the original ending that I thought was in this movie was not actually the original ending. The truth is that they were going to let Saffron Burrow survive, and they test screened it, and audiences were like, why the fuck are you letting her survive, man? She's the one that caused this shit. Kill her. And suddenly they had to do reshoots where they killed her off, and I'm like, oh, I just thought she was always meant to die, man. So cool little Easter eggs and tidbits and everything, man, that makes this box really worth it, man. And this edition, so awesome, man. Arrow does it again, man. They're just that damn good. And when they really put their effort in, it absolutely shows. I'm thankful that I can't swim because, well, the good news is I'll never get killed by a shark. And if I do go in the water, also the good news is I'll die before the shark gets me. Whew. Well, I hope the shark's like roadkill, because that's all you're gonna get out of my ass. And that'll do it for the pickups for March of 2025. Oh, it seems like a pretty good haul to me, man. A little Arrow, a little Indiegogo action, 4K upgrades, late night sexploitation, and everything in between, man. Not half bad. Hopefully you guys picked up some good stuff in March. Definitely let me know, man. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely give it the thumbs up. Appreciate you guys watching. And make sure to subscribe. Make sure to spread this video around to friends and family, loved ones, social media, you name it. Because the only reason that I have a channel is because of you guys out there that really prop me up in the biggest, baddest way. So I really, truly appreciate it. So if you love what I do, how I talk about movies, show off physical media, definitely hit subscribe, become part of the Film Fan Nation. And also you can keep up to date with everything I'm doing through Blue Sky and Facebook, Film Fan 108. Keep up to date with everything I'm doing with special pictures and videos I do from time to time on social media as well. And another month down, and trust me, more physical media to be had, man. we're definitely eating well for physical media, and this month was definitely no exception, baby. And let's hope the physical media train keeps on rolling. But I will see you back next time for a brand new movie pickups video. Take care, everybody, and remember, happy hunting.